regarding a healthy lifestyle, nutrition, physical fitness, just really in general, even with mental health, don't be black and white. You don't have to be so black and white. Even if you're just embarking on your health journey, you have to realize what's important, and you have to make sure you take care of specific things every day. And what I'm taking care of today is making sure that I get all this stuff in before, and this stuff here, can't see, shadow, before I go to a party today, right? So why do I say not be black and white? Because typically I don't eat this early. I never eat in the morning. Well, never say never, because I'm going to a party later and it's a barbecue. And I'll probably have some lean meat and burgers and things of that nature. I try to stay away from hot dogs, processed stuff like that, right? But I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to have a good time. I personally enjoy myself when I eat healthier. So, I'll do the best that I can there. But before I go, instead of sticking to my fasting regimen where I would typically eat in the afternoon, maybe the late afternoon or the early evening, it's more important to make sure that I get all of the nutrients I need for the day, right? And so, what I'm going to do is I'm cooking now. I have it simmering on low, of course. It's always simmering on low, because we don't cook it on high heat, guys, destroy some of the beneficial compounds in the food or create trans fats or things like that. But what I made sure that I'm getting are a few particular things that I want to talk about before I go anywhere to eat anything else, right? And that's more important than the timing of your eating, especially if you're doing this just say one day a week and you're abiding to the fasting every other day, right? Not that you have to fast, I just prefer to do it, okay? So what I got in the pan, my dog's going nuts, if you hear that. Probably a male guy coming, is some wild caught salmon here. Can't see. But we have some wild caught salmon and we have wild caught tuna. Now, typically, not quite as much as I would have, right? Because I plan on having some more protein when I'm there. But I'm getting my healthy fats, my omega-3s. It's rich, robust nutrition profile is something that I'm probably not going to get from barbecue foods, right? And so I'm making sure I really hit all my micronutrients. I start to meet my daily protein mark, which is more important than how much protein you're having in a particular meal, right? Make sure you're getting at least your body weight in grams, really whatever demographic you are, to be honest, throughout the day, right? And that's most important, to make sure you're getting that from whole food, instead of just counting it per meal. Look at the whole day or just one time, even if it's like before or after your workout. There are differences in timing and benefits, and we've talked about that, but number one is make sure that I'm getting all the nutrients I need for the day. So I have that. I also have chia seeds, because do you get a lot of fiber at a barbecue? No, you don't get that much fiber, especially if you're using a bun, right? There's no fiber in that, unless they get like special buns, which I'll probably bring so that I can eat them, but or just have no bun, whatever, right? But get something with whole grains or whatever. But chia seeds are packed with fiber. So I'll have probably like 4 tablespoons of these, maybe 5, to get about, 5 is 20 grams, right? 2.5 tablespoons, again, is 10 grams of soluble fiber. So feed my gut bacteria and support digestion, right? So I'm going to definitely have some chia seeds. Speaking of your gut, probiotics. So what probiotic does When Wellness use? Well, I'm not advertising for a particular probiotic, but I chose this one because I was out the other day and I ran out, and I said, typically I could order it online, but I said, I'm not going to go a day without this. It's extremely important, right? For obviously giving me gut bacteria, which produce things like SCFAs that control my immune function, my appetite, fat storage, rates of muscle growth, my mood, all sorts of things, right? So digestion, of course, right? So this is the one that I got. It's backwards, so it's hard for you to read, but it's 100 billion CFU, okay? 100 billion, and it has a diverse species panel. I got it from Vitamin Shop. It's actually their brand. It's pretty good. It's refrigerated, so I took it out for a second, to do this, which is just fine. But it has a diverse species panel, and it has fructooligosaccharides, which would serve as a prebiotic, right? So they'll be able to eat that. And that's a good thing, because when they eat fiber or anything that will feed them, the bacteria will produce all the good stuff that you want, right? So I'm making sure I have this. I'm having the fiber to also feed them more fiber, and just in case I don't get all my nutrients today, I'm taking a multivitamin. So this is a pretty solid multivitamin. M Factor, First Form, there are a bunch of good ones out there. Really, you don't need a multivitamin if you get all of your nutrients from whole foods. So I typically don't take this. I really don't need it, but today I'm not sure that I'm gonna get all those nutrients, right? So I just wanna be absolutely sure, so it can't hurt, so I'm gonna take this today as well before I ship out of here, right? Now, we got even more fiber, right? Because we said how many grams you wanna get in a day. I also need to have something to eat with the fish. So I'm not just eating plain fish, right? Get some substance to it. And we're gonna use this and this as well. So these have, let's see, this has 14 grams of fiber in the pack, right? And this has 11. So that's, a good amount of soluble fiber there, right? I'm pretty much gonna hit my 35 grams right here before I even go through the day. I'm not leaving any chance that I don't get my daily amount of fiber, which for me, an adult male on average is 35 grams in a day. I make that my minimum. So I hit 40 often or whatever, right? But this is great stuff. 7 grains quinoa brown rice. The only other ingredient is extra virgin olive oil, aside from the grains themselves, right? So, no sunflower oil, safflower oil, grapeseed, none of that shit that's gonna raise your cholesterol and do bad things to your body, increase inflammation, high in omega-6s. This is good stuff, right? So I have it with it. It's also easy, 90 seconds in the microwave. The last thing I'm gonna make sure I have is something that I have every single day. Shot of EVOO, baby. This one is great, honestly. I don't, like I said, I don't advertise for anything, that's at least not a wellness product, because I know exactly what goes into it. And really our only one right now is Super U, which I have right here, which I'm finishing my glass, so I'm definitely gonna have some nice mental clarity all day, make sure that I have improved blood flow to my brain, to my periphery. It has something that stimulates production of the learning neurotransmitter, acetylcholine, right? Facilitates learning, focus, attention, memory, even motivation, arousal. So you feel great. It's great for your body. Promotes ammonia elimination, reducing toxic waste, reduces gut inflammation. So it's great to have with other healthy things. Really fantastic, right? No bullshit in it. We could talk about it for hours, but that's not what this video is about. It's about not being black and white, and it's about making sure you get all your nutrition in. If you're going to go off the grid for a day, do it beforehand, right? Get everything in beforehand, so you're not totally off the grid, right? And you can still have a great time, and you didn't have to sacrifice your health, right? Now, EVOO, baby. So this one is really good. This is Bono, B-O-N-O. I get this at Aldi, very affordable. I like this because it really has that peppery, grassy taste that hits the back of the throat when I take a shot, right? So I take a shot of this every day, and I'll take my shot right now because I haven't taken it yet. But what does that mean when it has that grassy, peppery taste? It means it has more oleocanthal and oleuropein, and other antioxidants. But those are two really heavy hitters that are in extra virgin olive oil. Massive anti-inflammatories. I mean, extremely powerful. Some of the most powerful, really, in the world are those, and they're in extra virgin olive oil. Taking this shot is going to reduce my risk for all-cause death by 16%. Just by having a shot of this, really regardless of what else I had. So really powerful stuff. Lowers blood pressure, blood cholesterol, great LDL cholesterol, supported with weight loss actually, not weight gain. You guys are like, there's a lot of calories, but never count calories. That's not what I do. You do what you want. And we can have a whole conversation about that. I count how much protein I get in a day and how much fiber, and I eat healthy, right? So nothing processed, added sugars, refined flours, I cook everything, right? And so, this is great stuff. It's an absolute must for me daily. That's really good. It has that nice kick in the back of the throat. It's good stuff. So, you know what a good brand of this? Costco, actually. I tried theirs and I was like, damn, Costco. All right. So, there are a bunch of good brands out there. So, but that's the best way to tell, apparently, the potency in terms of the antioxidants in it is if it has that taste in the back of your throat. Stuff saying if it solidifies or not, if you put it in the fridge, whatever. You could look it up. But those are a few things I'm making sure I'm getting today, because I'm going to go have fun. And I don't need to sacrifice anything. Don't be black and white. Just do what's right for yourself and for your health. All right. Let's see what we got on here. Say what's up. Ma, I love you. Yes. Dave. Hair. Arjan. So. How you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Master Dave. He's the beast of names. What's up, killer? Fucking love you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Derek. Bull City. Ash, what's up, girl? How you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, baby. Trip Swill. Dreamer, Verve, Joy Rab, and Day and Days. As for now, you guys. So we got for you folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks a lot. Happy Sunday. Happy Wendell. See you later.